Roll, please.
Okay. Harry,
Here.
Silver,
Here.
Klein,
Here.
Comet,
Here.
Vincent,
Here.
Duber.
I am here. I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report for fiscal year 2020 through June 2020.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Dana, if you would, please.
Evening, everyone. Okay, for June 30th, you have the cash account summary, which shows our bank accounts have $8,513,281.56. Of course, most of them are in the investment funds that we're trying to get some interest earnings because you're not getting much at the PNC Bank. Or Star Ohio's about 0.34, I think. So Raymond James is doing our best. So we're trying to keep as much funds there as we can. You have a summary of the monthly and year-to-date activity for June. June's total revenues. This is our semi-annual meeting. So you have all funds reporting this month in the detail. So June revenues are $604,000 and June expenditures are $862,000. And the biggest thing we have is the capital, which is a payment down for the rec trail work. When you look at the revenue and expenditure detail report for June, you'll see our revenues for the general fund are at about 45%. We're at 50% of the year, so they're down a little bit, which we expected. The intergovernmental has our lodging and admissions taxes. I actually did a running total to see where we look like, and it looks like we're down about $75,000 in lodging and admissions. But we had estimated being down about 198 in our original estimate. So and it looks like they're all pretty much picking up. There's a couple stragglers that we haven't started seeing join us, let's say, yet. So we're kind of keeping track of that, but we're ahead of our estimates in the curve. Income tax we'll talk about with the next report where we stand on that. In terms of the expenditures, the general fund was all timing issues where we pay an annual payment. Nothing really earth-shattering there. When you go through the other funds, I believe all the comments, there's only a few comments, and they were all repeat comments. And I think there's only 3 out of all the other non-general fund accounts. But that's pretty much all I had for the treasurer's report. Is there any questions?
Anybody have questions? All right. Easy breezy.
Just as a comment relative to the bed tax situation, I was talking to a friend of mine today who owns and operates the Hilton Garden Inn over in Twinsburg, and they've seen a huge uptick recently in their night stays there. I'm not sure what we're seeing at the Drury and AC, but I would assume it would be probably pretty similar. And so I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing it maybe flip the other way a little bit.
Yeah, we look at the hotels. They didn't take as big of a hit as we had originally estimated. So I think our hotels were doing pretty well. Some of them went down a little bit, but not as bad as we expected. Then, of course, we did have the Drury open up, and so that wasn't in any of our estimates.
Can I make it very clear that when Dana's saying in our estimates, our first estimates, she means our COVID estimates, not our budgeted estimates. We have we're working off of a second one, which was the COVID rethinking.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, that was when we had talked about the COVID and the total lost revenues of what we projected. I had projected about.
Am I the only one who can't hear this?
Yes.
Who cannot hear?
Lisa?
I can't hear. I'm going to switch rooms. Everybody else can hear fine?
Yeah, your picture is like frozen. Oh, there you are. You're back.
I'm going to go downstairs.
Can you hear us now?
Yes, I can. I'm sorry. I missed the last part of what Dana said.
The mayor just commented that when I talked about us being, doing better than our projections, that was the COVID reduction, lost revenue projections that I was referring to.
Okay.
Like budget B.
All right. Anybody else have questions or comments? All right. Anna, would you call the roll, please?
Terry,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Comet,
Yes.
Jensen,
Yes.
Huber.
Yes. I will make a motion to approve the tax administrator's report for July 20. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Stacy. Dana, have at it again.
Okay, so you have the tax administrator report for July. The July 15th deadline was in that month, but our cutoff for collections through Rita was the 13th. So we're not gonna, really see the impact on those July 15th payments until starting into August, but also into September. Takes a while
Don't
for
you already have a heads up?
I will be giving that information shortly, but they will, it takes about 6 weeks. So we'll start seeing some of it in August, and then I think we should also see an uptick in September. So for July, for all of our funds, we had 449,000 in collections. Compared to the same point in time last year, we had 858. And again, that's because in July of 2019, we would have been seeing a lot of the April 15th collections probably coming through in July and June. So year to date, we're down about $800,000 from the same point in time last year. You can also see in the chart, the monthly graph, you can see in the graph, the July numbers are considerably down to where they were last year. That being said, our cutoff is the end of the week for Rita collections for the month of August. And so I did go on and look at where we were going to be standing for the August report, just to kind of get an idea of if we were going to still be down or whether we were going to have some good collections. And I think you'll be very pleased to know that coming in August, we have some serious money coming in. So it looks like it's going to be over 800,000 for August collections. And if you look at August from last year, we were at around 300,000. So I think we'll pick up. We won't get back to comparable. We'll still be down a little bit, but we're going to really see an uptick next month when I give you that report.
Anybody have questions?
I think that's amazing news.
Yeah, I know when we had the finance committee, I wasn't able to get that information. I think probably everybody was probably trying to check in and see where their numbers were, because every time I tried to log in, it just kept spinning and spinning and I couldn't get the report. So I didn't have that to report at the finance committee.
Thanks, Dana.
Thank you.
No other questions, comments? All right, if you'd call roll, please, Anna.
Terry,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Comet,
Yes.
Jensen,
Yes.
Huber.
Yes. Moving on, discussion bills to be paid in the month of August in the amount of $605,489.30, and additional July expenses in the amount of $177,683.96. Everybody's had a chance to look over this. Does anybody have any comments? Okay. If not, we will move on. Audience comments relating to agenda items only. Mr. Curtis, you're really the only one here, so if you have anything, or save your comments. All right, so there's no old business. Moving on to new business, ordinance 2020-14. Ordinance authorizing Woodburn Realty Corporation to perform certain work within the Emery Road right-of-way in order to provide sanitary sewer service to phase 7 of the Lakes of Orange subdivision. This is on for first reading. It is being referred to planning and zoning. Judd or Randy or
Probably
anybody?
Steve. Probably Steve.
Never heard of him. Steve.
The request is to install a sewer to serve the Phase 7 of the Lakes of Orange development, which you may recall is off of Emery Road. The plan would be to take the sewer across Emery Road to the pump station that serves the Orange Tree subdivision. And then that pump station would send the waste to the treatment plant. This ordinance is like other ordinances that the village has passed previously, allowing the activity in the right of way, which you have the authority to control. It has to go to the Planning and Zoning Commission, and then it will come back with a report and recommendation from P&Z.
This is a quick question, Randy. The timing of the installation of this sewer, what do you see that relative to our timing relative to approval?
Well, we would probably put the sewer in once hopefully we got the approval, get it across to where the easement was shown on the preliminary plat that was approved anyway, that showed it coming out to Emery Road. And during discussions, it was, we said that it was going to go across the street to the pump station. It's sort of catty corner across the street.
Right.
All right, anybody else have any comments? If not, it's getting referred and it'll be on for second reading. So let's move on to audience comments relating to matters which advance the good of the village. Anyone? All right. I'm actually going to start with my comments tonight. I sent out an email to everybody and I heard back from 2 people about the council interviews. Did everybody else not get my email?
I did not get it.
I did not get it either.
I didn't.
Okay. Do you guys check your Orange Village email accounts?
Oh.
No, it's supposed to be forwarded. Mine is.
And but I sent them to like 3 email accounts for each of you basically, so I'm not sure. So if you guys can, maybe if everybody can send me their, or send Anna and just what their best email is.
Okay.
For stuff like this. So for the council vacancy, we are gonna have the deadline to submit application resume. Who is making noise? For that'll be on September 14th by 4 o'clock. And then in terms of the interviews, we're going to be holding them by Zoom, probably somewhere around 6 o'clock on the day that we choose. We're looking at September 22nd. I know that Stacy and Brent are available on that date. Lisa, are you available on September 22nd?
On the 22nd, I'm checking.
It's a
I am
Tuesday.
free.
All right. Judd, are you free?
What time
Not
are we
free, but I'm
doing it?
reasonable.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Judd? You are?
Said I am probably free. Let me check.
Okay. And same thing with you, Mr. Conlon?
Over the calendar here.
What time did you,
Well, so it depends on how many interviews. I'm thinking probably at 6 o'clock. We can kind of figure out the exact time once we see how many people reply.
the 22nd at 6 o'clock?
Approximately 6 o'clock, yes.
Got it.
All right.
Yeah,
Mr.
that
Conlon,
works fine.
good with that?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm good.
Okay. Judd works? Okay. So, all right. So Anna, if you can mock up that postcard so it's all set, maybe just send it to me one more time just so I can double check it, and then we can get that out to everybody. Sound good? Does anybody have questions on the on that process?
Do you have how many people are requesting?
How many what?
How many people are requesting information?
No,
We're
we will
sending it-
send
we're
a
sending it
card
to
out to everyone. We're sending a
Okay.
mail postcard to
Oh,
let
okay, I
everyone
see.
know.
I see.
When does that go out?
Well, if Anna gets the go-ahead now, when she gets back from vacation next week, she'll probably have it out by the end of the week.
Okay.
Brandon, do we meet to discuss
They'll have 2 or 3
anything
weeks.
before, or we just meet to interview? I mean, in other words, is there a,
But basically, well, the way it always works is once we have everybody that's applied, Anna will send out their cover letter, resume, et cetera, to everybody on council so they have a chance to look at everything in advance, kind of look at everyone. And then, but there's no discussion with council, about it or anything like that.
Well, unless
we
you're
can
going to
ju-
do one question or the same question every time. How
that's
did,
what I was asking.
how
In
did
other
it
words, are
happen
we-
when you interviewed Stacy?
Yeah, we don't, we generally, I haven't done the just one question thing, I've done it a little differently, and I have ground rules basically for how we've done it before, and I'll send those out to everyone in advance of that. So I just have to pull that up and kind of update it.
Have there been any inquiries?
What's that?
Have there been any inquiries about filling that seat, or is it really not very well
I
publicized?
had one.
You had one?
Brandon?
I've had one. But
Judd?
but anyways, yeah. So anybody have any questions, comments, anything else on that? All right, wonderful. All right. Well, those are all my comments for the night. Mayor, we'll move on to you.
Yes, we did send out quite a newsy e-news yesterday, but I'll just remind everybody that paper shredding is this Friday from 9 till noon at Pepper Pike. It's 9 to noon or till the truck is full, whichever happens first. The trail construction has moved over to Miles Road, is working from Brainerd East towards Lander. We have put out a reminder to everyone to restrain your pets. It's a little bit different now that we have trails and there's so many people walking. The dogs on people's properties are running after the joggers and the walkers and making them nervous. So we asked everyone to please make sure that it's your responsibility to control your pet, even when they're on your property. We can drop that initiative about trying to get everybody to call Secretary of State LaRose for a ballot drop box in Orange, because he ruled today that you are not allowed to have more than one safe ballot box drop off in the county. Just one, no more. I don't know if we put it on the website, but we sent it out in the e-news. Anna can tell me if we did or didn't. A whole resource guide from the county that they've put out with their accumulated experience to date with COVID. Did we put it on the website, Anna?
On the COVID website,
On the COVID resource, good,
post page.
good. And again, I'll remind everybody, the face coverings are required. Please make sure the rules are followed so that we can keep our park amenities safe. The soliciting on the road, I just want to say that after last week's meeting, we talked and I said a few things. The calls went down from about 50 a day down to about 5 last week, but I think they've been gone for 2 days now and there were no calls, I understand. At least the police department had none today. So Chief Costura, did that, you know anything more than what I just reported? Okay, he's not there.
Yeah, the only thing I could point out is that the folks that have taken up at the corner of Harvard and Lander, the people that own the house on the corner have done some landscaping over there. So I think that may have disrupted the pattern for them.
No, that lady actually got involved because they were on her personal property and we had a resident who decided he didn't want her to let them be on her property, and he had pretty much verbally accosted her, and they were asked to move off of her personal property. So
Mayor, can you hear me?
271 Harvard person is still there. She was there
Yeah.
today, most of the
Chief
day.
Costura has something to add.
Oh, no, but I wanted to, you couldn't hear me before. I'm not sure what was wrong.
Oh, I
But-
thought you were out in the garage.
No. I'm here for the entire thing. I enjoy it so much I wouldn't mind miss. What you said was accurate, that they haven't been at either of the intersections in the last 2 days. And furthermore, there was some dispute about how far they were going up to the property line on Harvard and Lander. That's
It's
it.
pretty frightening for that lady.
Is this the first 2 days? They haven't been there in like 2 weeks.
Yes.
Hopefully this is the end of it then.
Maybe they moved on. Maybe it all moved on.
Maybe the bears didn't get enough food, so they left.
No, I think they did. I would say from the feedback I got, I would say about 50% of our residents wanted them out of here. 50% wanted to take them home and feed them. It was pretty split community. It was pretty conflicting.
Mayor, comments, others? It's still you.
That's all.
Oh, okay. All right, Ms. Berry.
Well, I have a personal thing to add tonight. Nothing for Orange Village Council, but it will affect Orange Village Council. I'm getting a new family member. I've been working for years at getting a service dog to work with me at the hospital, and that's coming at the beginning of next month. So I'm hoping to introduce you all to my new service dog, and if we had a salute to Orange, that dog would be there, but maybe next year. That's it.
Salute to Orange is officially canceled.
Right. So maybe in 2021.
All right, fun. Who's next? Mr. Silver.
Thank you. So I mentioned last week the possibility of doing some sort of passport discount card for Orange Village businesses. I talked to Stacy a little bit about it. I believe she reached out to someone at Pinecrest and didn't have much luck getting in touch with someone. I think someone was out sick. So no real update on that, hopefully.
Your neighbor's the person to talk to.
Yeah, I know. I can reach out to
I
her.
spoke to her.
So no real update from last week. Hopefully we'll have something for the September meeting.
All right,
Yeah,
thank you. Anything else? Nope.
that's all I got.
Okay, Mr. Comment?
Nothing to report.
Okay, Mr. Klein?
I have no comments. There was no planning commission meeting last, so we will our next planning commission meeting is Tuesday next. So I won't have anything till September.
But we have a very special agenda item on next Tuesday's meeting, right, Mr. Klein?
I think so.
His new house.
You better dress up and say nice things to people. Good.
I'm trying. I'm doing my level best, Brandon.
Okay. Ms. Vincent, comments?
Thank you. Yeah, as Brian mentioned, I don't know what we're going to call it, Passport to Orange, Orange, glad you live in Orange, but we did put out some feelers, so we're looking forward to pursuing that in whatever way down the line. And I want to thank Kahi for a quick response. I had received a call from a resident upset over the dog walking or non-leashed dog walking. And this resident who called was so impressed at how quickly turned around. She took the e-newsletter and then reposted it on her. And there were a lot of comments about that, the response it elicited, because it's not just Orange, but it's some of the surrounding communities. There were people from our neighboring communities who said, oh, this is so, we need to put out something like this too. So kudos for doing that, and hopefully it resolves the problem. School report, well, as I reported last week, the learning will be virtual for the fall at Orange schools, but as of this morning, fall sports and extracurriculars like band, it's be permitted to proceed with in-person practices. Specific details are still being finalized and are expected to be announced on Friday, but basically all safety protocols that were used during the summer will remain in place. And the plan will be to resume these activities beginning on Monday. They will be monitoring program success and the health and well-being of students and staff throughout, according to Dr. Campbell. And also the OCR plans for offering childcare this fall will also resume based on the successful summer programs they had and the Cuyahoga County Board of Health response to questions that were asked. So that's moving forward, even though it will be virtual. I was very glad to have the opportunity, I hope you can still hear me, glad to have the opportunity to listen and on the National League of Cities and Ohio Municipal League webinar today on advancing racial in our cities. That was a wonderful presentation. It was led by Leon Andrews, who's the inaugural director of REAL, which is the acronym for Race, Equity, and Leadership, a part of the National League of Cities organization. And I really invite everyone and anyone listening to this Zoom to visit their website, which is nlc.org/real for more information. Maybe we can tie it on our website as well. I was told that this inspiring website will be posted there. Our webinar will be posted there. And this is the first in a series of webinars that we plan to have advancing
Did you see Steve there? Did you see Steve
I
there?
didn't see anybody because it was a webinar, so I don't, unless he commented, I didn't, but it was really informative, really interesting, and I hope other people have the opportunity to check it out and listen to it because it really was wonderful.
I did attend and I concur.
Yeah, finally.
Sorry for interrupting your report.
That's okay, anytime. As this is my last thing, as I sent my own son back to college this week, or took him back to college this week, I just want to wish all of our students and teachers who are beginning the school year virtually or in person or in a hybrid model or whatever they're doing with their local districts. I wish them a very successful, engaging, and most importantly, healthy year ahead. That's all I've got.
Thank you. All right. I think that's everything. So I will make a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second?
Thank you. Anna, if you could call roll, please.
Was it Judd who seconded? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I believe.
Okay, thank you. Harry,
Yes.
Silver,
Yes.
Klein?
Yeah.
Hammett,
Yes.
Vincent,
Yes.
Huber.
Yes. All right.
Bye, everyone.
Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Stay well.
Bye.